There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
Can still help us.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Welcome aboard.
Great, another alien.
Yeah. Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate, or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We'll talk later.
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yeah.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
That's not necessary.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
It was.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
No.
High five. Alright. Did we level up? We did. Oh, dude, I'm so getting Master Unity. Let's just go straight there. Okay. You want to talk to any particular people?
We talked about this, remember?
Oh.
And oh, well, they don't know that. I said between all the missions, I want to talk to everyone.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. I realized that we also talked about it yesterday before we became completely exhausted and things went south. Hey, call.
Alright, let's start with Caden.
Hey, baby.
Ooh, he do.
Commander, do you have a minute?
I'm listening.
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
I hear you.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
I don't care. That's so shitty.
I don't give a fuck.
I know. I don't want to say zip it because I don't want to be an ass. I'll just say cute way to look at it.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
What did they train you for?
See you later, Kane.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
What's the survival rate?
Seems like you beat the odds. How many didn't make it?
Out of 100, maybe 60 have no effect. 30 suffer adverse effects, little things like brain cancer. The other 10 show enough ability to augment with implants. Not always permanent, though. Not like the cancer. Next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero. I mean, how's a kid supposed to deal with that? A station at the edge of human space.
Jump Zero?
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Friends?
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Investigate? And, yeah.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
On.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
I want to know my crew.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
What do you think?
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
I'll need some time to process that, Commander. But, yeah, I'd like that.
Not me, no thank you. Not touchy.
No touchy.
Yeah, just for anyone wondering, Matt and I talked about this. I have zero plans of romancing anyone this game because in my head, in like the canon I created in my head, she's not interested in romance where she is in her life right now. Starts feeling like,
Start over.
so that starts feeling like where he's like, do you always talk to people like this? And I'm just like, no, dude, no, stop it. No.
No.
That's not what's happening.
No.
Yeah. I haven't even decided if she's even gonna have, like, if maybe she's asexual. I don't know. Like, I haven't decided any of that.
Okay. No. Okay.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Why would I ask about Kaden? Personal questions, I guess.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Any regrets?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Other personal questions? I don't want to ask about Caden because I'm not interested in that. Okay, just return.
Okay.
And say goodbye.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Are you okay?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Okay, bye. Like, I don't want to say she's the best, because then I'm starting to feel like this is starting to feel really weird to me already.
No, keep in mind that the text for the dialogue options are off a lot.
Okay, but see, that's what makes this, we talked about this before, but that's what makes this incredibly difficult, because for me, hearing, like, she's the best, I'm like, oh my god, let me gush about her. She's so amazing, and have you seen her boobies? They're just, like, they're all right where they're supposed to be and stuff. Like, you know? Like, what's going on? All right, I'll say she's the best, because I'll just assume it's just being like, she's a really great doctor.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
Okay.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
You're welcome.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
I know.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Oh, I was like, I guess if we talk about her, investigate, is that just like...
That's like, tell me more about yourself.
Well, I do want to learn more about her. What's the investigate? Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
So do you want to go back to the other one first?
See, will I lose these? Because I want both.
These won't go away.
Okay, then let's talk about her first,
Okay.
and then investigate.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Do you like it?
Sounds boring.
I know. Yawn.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
I'm fascinating?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No! I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Just tell her to relax.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Alright. So let's learn about Asari culture first.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Rumors?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
That's cool. Okay, how's that? That's disgusting. Gross. How is this possible?
Hey, Amy.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What about the other parent?
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
I think asking who her father is a very weird question. Now I'm curious.
You want to ask her that?
Sure. I mean, if it's insulting, oh well.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
You can do that?
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Then why'd she do it?
Why agree to the union if she didn't want any children?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
I guess just investigate. Ask about...
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
You sound troubled.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Bye.
There were dialogue lines in there I've never heard.
Really? Like
Yeah.
what?
I can't think of one specifically, but like when she was talking about her relationship with her father and stuff like that, a couple of those lines I'd never heard before.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I've played Mass Effect 1 like 7 or 8 times. Where am I? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's talk to Garrus.
CSEC?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Such as?
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Really?
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
Spectre?
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I see.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Forget about it.
Don't get caught up in the details, Garrus. We'll find him, and then we'll stop him. That's all you need to know.
Good point. Thanks, Commander.
Garrus is a cool dude.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
It might not matter.
Not everyone has a happy family life.
No, I guess not. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Guess can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time. Off the record.
What about?
Is this duty-related, Chief?
No, ma'am. Well, maybe. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but, I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Because they're not Alliance?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust aliens?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
By mistrusting our allies?
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
I mean, I don't doubt the Council would abandon us, because I don't have a lot of faith in them, but I also just think that she's being cynical. But I'm gonna say not necessarily.
I don't see that as inevitable.
Look, if you're fighting a bear, and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
I don't know about her, but I'd be picking up my dog and trying to run with it. And I'd be freaking out if my dog ran towards a bear. I'd probably end up being one of those people that died and the dog would be like cuddling the bear afterwards because I tried to save my dog. She sounds a little xenophobic. Why do you feel that?
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Investigate? Your service?
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training, Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
Just one rotation?
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Military family?
You're lucky. I lost my family on Mindoir. Are you related to anyone I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. I read about Mindoir. The Alliance screwed the pooch on that one. Should have had a bigger garrison. Is that why you're out here? To take the fight to the pirates?
To serve the Alliance.
For the Alliance! No, for the Horde!
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know?
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
Tell her she has to work with aliens.
Alright, I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're gonna have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Good.
I'm glad there won't be a problem.
Anything else you need, Commander?
Nope.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
You'd be good on that playthrough you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
We do.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Knew him?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
Keep talking.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Recruited you?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What was he doing?
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Cargo?
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Ship?
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Is it the same that we did last time?
Oh, okay. In case you didn't do them last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Hi.
By the way, this guy's dialogue never changes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna skip him, but...
Okay.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Oh my god, what now? Like, I need this. No. You sound down.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's too quiet to sleep.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Hi.
Hi.
You're homesick?
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
I don't think there's anything to investigate, right? No, because that was the thing.
That's
before.
old stuff.
Yeah. But you're going back, right?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, it's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah,
so-
let's quick save.
Yeah, I mean, you could, like, quickly go through it, but
Yeah, I'd rather not have to re-guess what you asked.
I wouldn't help you.
No, you wouldn't. You sleepy?
No,
No?
not really. I'm just, like, mentally tired.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. Figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
You sure you want that?
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Let's talk first.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
It makes me want to watch Buffy again.
Gross.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like on Netflix or Amazon, right?
Probably. I mean, I've watched it a bazillion times, but maybe it's time. I didn't mean to insult you.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
How'd you get your nickname? I mean,
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Just say, yeah, right.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Were you unhappy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Tell me about your disease.
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
I'm not gonna ask how he does his job. That just seems like a really dick thing to say.
How do you do your job without those legs? You just dangle down and do nothing. Why don't you just cut them off? These sweet robot legs.
So you want to say let's change topics?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that when you ask him how do you do your job, it has one of the best responses.
What does he say?
He says, I don't fly the ship with my feet.
Does it upset him?
I mean, he's a little annoyed, but he's not like angry.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
About that dick.
I guess if there's anything else to investigate, if not, then we'll just tell him goodbye.
Oh my god.
Okay, I guess. Well, we haven't. Did we do the personal history? Or
Yeah,
is that
that's when he goes, oh yeah, you read my file.
Oh right. Okay, then just the ship status report.
Tell me about that dick.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Does it
How's
work?
the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Cool.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, whatever. I like that. I thought Kappy said no flirting. Tell me about that dick.
I just asked that to everyone.
And she goes up to random people in the mall. Tell me about that dick.
Yeah, people aren't very receptive. I don't know why.
No, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want to go on another main mission?
Or
a couple of side missions?
we'll do some side mission stuff.
Okay. Well, let's look at our side missions then.
I mean, if there's available. If you offered and there's nothing, then you suck.
Sorry, diplomacy. Oh, we have to go back to the Citadel and talk to Nasana Dantius about her sister.
Okay.
Who is leading the people. Sorry, writings, that's collection, that's collection. That's collection, that's collection. We also need to go back and speak to Kahoku at the Citadel. That's collection. Find a missing survey team in the Hades Gamma cluster. Argos Rho cluster. And Hawking Ada cluster. This is the biotic commune when the biotic people were like, we should form our own colony.
Oh, okay.
Any of those sound interesting, or?
I kind of spaced out. I'm really sorry. No. I'm so sorry. I mean, is it...
So we've got the biotic commune.
Right, the Biotic Commune, going back to the Citadel, then there was some collection stuff.
We've got investigating something. We don't even know what it is. And then, looking for missing researchers.
Does it matter?
No.
I guess we could
You don't even have to do any of them.
I mean, I guess we could go back to the Citadel and
Turn in the 2 that we can turn in?
yeah.
Okay.
Just a short break. A lot of the, like, fighting stuff starts making me feel bad, because then I feel like I chose the wrong spec for you.
No.
So,
No. This mission, hands down, is the hardest fight in the game until the final boss.
Okay.
Like, no doubt.
But still, it's nice to break up the like heavy stuff with light stuff.
For sure. Creed added a couple of logs.
What did you add? Oh, I see that. I kind of spaced out. I'm so sorry.
And then, how do you do your job without those legs? Do they just dangle down and do nothing? Why don't you just cut them off? Sweet robot legs.
What movie is that?
Oh,
Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy. Yeah, Grandma's Boy. I'm thinking about replacing my legs with robot legs.
Yeah.
God, such a
dumb movie.
Yeah, it's so stupid, but it's really good. Yeah, if any of you guys haven't watched Grandma's Boy, you're missing out. Go watch Grandma's Boy. That's funny.
Yeah, it's just a really dumb, funny movie.
Yeah. Who do you want to take on to the Citadel?
Okay, I was gonna say I need to see them first. Let's take Ollie, and we'll take Liara since we've never experienced her before.
You want to experience Liara?
All day, our day.
You're a freak. She's doing finger movements. She made a 1 and a 0 and made them do stuff.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Okay.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore.
Oh wow, I read that as
Exo
asshole
Presley
first.
has the deck.
You read that as asshole?
The commanding officer is an asshole, and I was like, wow. Wow, announcer. That's something.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I had orders.
Captain Anderson made it clear to me that my assignment came from way up in the brass. They say jump, I say how high.
Remember that when I tell you to jump. I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
She's not over-designed.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
She is.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
Big old bug up his butt.
Commander, I'm not happy.
About what?
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
So I can say the blue thing.
You can say the blue thing, you cannot say the gray.
I'll say the blue thing.
It's a Turian design.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Oh my god, could you imagine? We're fast too. Just being like, dang boy, you don't know the half of it. We're so good. I was gonna say it's useful.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
I'm gonna say not my call.
The simple fact is, I'm also part of the Council's chain of command now. They expect a joint effort. I'm providing one.
The Council expects a whole hell of a lot from the Alliance, Commander. They better start giving back real damn soon. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
You're a dick, but no. That's not an option.
None, sir.
Yeah.
Very well. Your opinions have some merit, Commander. I'll take them into consideration when I write my report to the Joint Military Command. Not that I expect them to do anything about it. Too many interest groups have too much money invested in this. Commander Shepard?
Hope he uses waterproof paper, because he's going to be crying into it while he writes that report.
Oh, snap. Kappy got no chill. Kappy, I like, fuck you, I like my ship.
Yeah, I like my alien buddies.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Oh my god. I smell it. Meanwhile, I have like 2 aliens with me.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Oh, Ashley? Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had Ashley either.
But if you think about it, you know that she probably would have agreed with that.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Gerard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
How can I help?
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she alright?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hoped you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I'll try.
You gotta not censor yourself,
Okay.
man. What did you say? Whisper to me in the middle of that sentence, Kappy?
I said her vagina don't work no more.
That's why she's sad?
Yeah, that's why she wants to die. But downstairs don't work. I need to eat this bullet. We warned them about my humor, so you're used to it. But I feel like they're not.
Wow.
I think sometimes they think I'm just like cute and silly, but I'm
Holy fucking
yeah,
shit.
I'm very raunchy and dark. Yeah. Anyway.
They don't know.
I'll say I'll try.
I'm not trained for that, but I'll do what I can.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to. She's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Alright.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
Honored.
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
Guess it's not like that.
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Guess the Turians helped.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
The crew is still Alliance.
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
I can't confirm or deny.
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Connie Chung all up in that.
Wow. Alright, so...
I just mean, like, you know, hard-hitting questions and, like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
sort
okay.
of thing. You know, not afraid to go there.
You want to go do the lady?
Oh, do I? Wait, no, she doesn't have a working vagina. I mean, I guess.
She doesn't have a working vagina.
The slave?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume this might be one of those ones that I can't...
With all this exploration of Prothean culture, this must be like a survey for you, Liara.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
Yes, most of the technology I had hoped to bring back to the flotilla has subsequently attempted to kill us.
Hi.
Hi. Just answer the way you think is the correct way. Don't second guess yourself.
Okay. Well, you and I talked about that, like, trying not to worry.
Yeah, be confident in your decisions.
I explained this to Matt, but I've never played a game like this where my decisions mattered much. Because, I mean, like, if you play, like, I play, like, stuff like Final Fantasy. So there's definitely not a wrong answer with that. It all leads to the same stuff. But here, you can't mess it up, but it feels like you can from someone who's never played this kind of game before.
Yeah.
So, that's all. Is that what you think of that?
Mm-hmm. Commander, glad to see you.
Where is she?
She's back there?
Yes, ma'am. Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
I'll take it.
I'll talk to her. Keep back.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Strange.
Oh, is that her?
Stop! Stop! What are you?
Shepard?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
You were born with one.
You must have a name. A name you were born with. Can you remember it?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
Investigate. Tell her about my childhood.
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
Christ. Oh, it was hard?
For a while I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
Take a step towards her?
I'm gonna take a step towards you now, okay?
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
Investigate? Am I telling her about my parents? Well, you can't answer that.
I don't know.
Never did that?
I did,
Oh, okay,
but it
well,
was like 10 years ago.
It's fine. I'll talk about the raid.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
I guess you were a kid?
You were just a child when this happened. You can't blame yourself for pulling the blankets over your head and hoping the monsters would go away.
Her mommy says there are no monsters. No real ones. When they come, there aren't any blankets. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
I don't know what to do. If you go to investigate, you can back out, right?
Yes.
Okay, go to there. Yes, talk about parents.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the masters. But the masters, they have lights and hoses. He's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid!
Christ. I guess tell her she needs to face it.
I know it hurts, Talitha. I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?